Do-do-do-do-do. Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome back. Today we are talking about when you spend more QT, quality time, with your PCP. So we're going to get into it. I am just a little bit under the weather, but that is not going to stop me from getting this great information out because I know that this is really important. And I know that if you spend more time with your doctor, you are going to get better because how much time are you spending with your doctor now? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, probably feels like 2 minutes. That is the thing that I'm hearing from a lot of people. They are very frustrated. They're like, geez Louise, that visit seemed so quick and I didn't feel like I got my questions answered. And I felt like everything was rushed. Well, it probably was. And the other thing is the cost. It is short and all of these things. So I hear you. Well, what if I tell you that if you spend more, you could actually have better benefits, that things will be better and you can even save money? I am not joking. This is very serious. Research has shown it. So we are going to talk about it today and I'm ready to get into it. Before I do, if you are new here, I want to let you know that I am Dr. Ashley Booth. I am a board certified family medicine physician and I am practicing in Savannah, Georgia. If you say hello, because I love to say hello, didn't send it, see it. Sometimes it doesn't come through in real time, but I promise you I will come back later and I will say hello. Go ahead and subscribe and follow if you haven't done that. And then tell a friend, hey girl, she is on. She's going to talk about the things that we need to know about. And that way they can get their questions answered. So I want to make sure that this is as interactive as possible. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, whatever, put it in there because I want to know so that way I can help you. But let's get into it. Do you know how long the average doctor's visit is? I know that you guys probably think that felt like 2 minutes. Why did I waste my time, right? But the average visit, they've done research, is 15 minutes. And that is why you also get scheduled for a 15-minute slot. You have 15 minutes, and that's it. And your visit may be just a hair longer or it could be shorter, but you're scheduled in 15-minute increments. And in that 15 minutes, they also did some more research and they said that you spend 5 minutes talking, the patient spends 5 minutes talking, the doctor spends 5 minutes talking, and then in that other 5 minutes, you have your exam and you can also come up with that treatment plan and discuss that. But that is your whole visit, and that's what you have. Doesn't seem like a lot of time. And for most visits, it's not. If you are having like a cough or cold or something like that, then probably so 15 minutes to figure out what's going on. But if you have some other things, that's probably not a lot of time to get those things sorted out. So you're going to feel rushed. And research, though, has shown that if you spend more time with your doctor, at least 30 minutes, if you spend about 30 minutes with your doctor, not only will you have better outcomes, which basically means better health, but you also can save some money. So let's talk about those benefits. So the first one is you, but you also get to know them. And this is really important because this builds relationship, but it also builds partnership. When I am with something, this is a very intimate situation and relationship. Sometimes my patients tell me things that they would not tell their partner, their spouse, other family members. So you want to be connected with someone that you trust and that you can give information to without judgment and that sort of thing. They need to also get to know you, what you like, what you don't like, all of that. So you guys can make sure that you guys are on the same page so that you can come up with what you need. The second thing is they need to spend time with you to get to know your personal health history. What have you been diagnosed before? All of those different things. But not just knowing your history, knowing your preferences. I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want this, da 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 da, whatever it is. So that way you guys, again, can be on the same page and know what it is that you need to do so they can get you well. Third thing is to be able to ask questions. It gives you a lot more time to ask questions. And why this is important is because the more questions that your doctor is able to ask you, for you. So then this starts to eliminate certain things. If someone comes to me and they say, this is going on, and then if I can ask quite a few more questions, then I can say, okay, I don't need to test for this. I don't need to send them for that. I need to start considering this. I need to consider that. But it helps to narrow it down, get to a better diagnosis and treatment. So that way we don't have all of these other unnecessary things and becomes more accurate what we need to do instead of just throwing the whole kitchen sink at it and trying to figure out what sticks, right? The fourth thing that happens is you have a better quality of life. Excuse me, which means better outcomes because you're going to feel better sooner. If I get a more accurate diagnosis, I'm going to be able to come up with a treatment plan that makes more sense for you. You're going to feel better sooner, but then you're also going to stay well. That's the other point of this. I know we think of going to the doctor because I'm sick, but how about knowing that you can go to the doctor and they can keep you well? And then that brings me to my fifth point. The fifth thing is saving money. So if I am able to sit down, talk to you, figure out what is really going on, then I'm able to eliminate unnecessary treatment, unnecessary tests, unnecessary, all the things, right? So then I am able to give you the right treatment plan, the right medicine the first time. So that way you don't say, oh, let's try this. Okay, then no, let's try that. Okay, no, let's try. You know what I'm saying? We get a chance to eliminate all of those things, streamline it down to make sure that you get a chance to get the right one the first time. That is going to save you money. The other thing is if we do those preventative things, this is how we get you to stay well. So if we prevent things, then that is much cheaper than the alternative. For instance, I bring up car analogies and stuff a lot. It is cheaper to buy oil and put oil in there in your car so that it can keep running and keep your engine going than it is to get another engine, right? So you put that oil in there, you check all your fluids and everything, make sure everything is fine. That way you don't have to replace parts. It's the same thing. You want to do your preventative stuff. You want to do your mammogram, your pap smear, your colonoscopies. Make sure all of those things are up to date so that way we can make sure that you are okay. If you don't do those things, when we finally do find it and catch something, it can be expensive trying to do those treatments. If we do those and we find something, we find enough in an early stage, then the treatments aren't as extensive as the other things. So that is how you are going to be able to save money. You spend more time, you find those diagnoses, you pinpoint it down, and then you're able to save your money that way. So, what can you do so that you can maximize your doctor's visits? Those of you who are in that traditional system and you go to your doctor and they have those being prepared, have your information ready that you want to talk to them about. You cannot start going through your phone, can't say, let me call it. Next thing is have your questions ready. That's a part of being prepared. Okay, if this happens, then what? All, knowing what to do and laying out that plan so you'll know how to approach it. For appointments, this is key once a year to make sure that we go through those preventative things that I just talked about. But if you have a chronic disease, a chronic health thing that you're dealing with, high blood pressure, diabetes, you need to be seen at least twice a year. I have some patients that say, well, I have high blood pressure, it's pretty well managed. I only see my doctor once a year. No, you need to be seen at least twice a year because we need to look and make sure that the medicine is doing what it's supposed to be doing for you. Need to make sure that your blood work and all of that is okay. So doing that and seeing them at least twice a year and keeping those appointments is imperative to making sure that you stay well and things don't get worse. The other thing that it does is we want to make sure that you don't combine your visits. If you have a chronic something that's going on and then you're also sick and you say, well, I'll just wait until my regular appointment that I already had scheduled to try to address that, you are going to now take time from that. So you're going to have your regular visit that you're doing the things that you're supposed to go and follow up on. Then you have your chronic thing that you have that you are trying to, or your acute thing that you say, okay, this is something that just started to happen. So now when you try to mesh all of that together, that decreases your time. So you want to try to separate those two so that you can have the time that you need so it can be focused on what needs to be focused on. So you're not, kind of spreading out your time. If you have done all of that and you say, I am still not getting what I need from my provider, then your next thing is there are options. It's either finding another doctor who's able to work into those confines of those 15 minutes to get you what you need and you guys are on the same page and you can do that, or it is finding your other options. One of the options is the direct primary care or membership medicine or any of those. A lot of people use a lot of different terms, but something where they say you will have at least 30 to 60 minutes with your provider. That is what I do with my patients. They have 30, 60-minute visits. We're able to talk about what needs to be talked about. They have increased access. So people do not understand when what that increased access does for them, but that also helps them to be better, helps them to save money. You've been dealing with something for a couple of days and you said, okay, I've tried some things on my own, it's still not getting better. Let me reach out to my doctor. If they reach out, then I walk them through the next steps. This is what we need to do because you need to be well and whole to be able to do the things that you need to do. At the end of the day, the whole purpose of all of this is getting you better and making sure that you are well so that you can do what you need to do. So figure out what your best options are. It would be great if you can figure out either how to maximize your time with the doctors that you have. If you're not able to maximize those times, then to be able to find a doctor that is going to give you more time. That is where the direct primary care or the membership medicine or subscription starts to come in. I am still accepting new patients. And so if you are in the area, you are welcome to reach out and then we can see if we can best fit and serve you. But you want to see what you can do because at the end of the day, you only have one body and you want to make sure that you take care of that body the best way that you can. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you soon. Take care.